Stop Wasting Money Part 2. I already made a Stop Wasting Money video which got 160k views, and you might ask what's so different this time. In the first one I was just a kid from YouTube, and well, I didn't have 240 million storage value, I wasn't number 1 on the leaderboard, I didn't have 60% extraction rate, and most importantly, in this one, I'm covering every single item on the market. And well, I made a few mistakes in the last one, so make sure to watch the video till the end, and without further ado, let's get into the video. First, let's start with the equipment's backpacks. Okay, I did make a mistake. Any separated space backpack is not a bad choice, other than this dude, which is still trash, I'll explain later. But the most important factor for buying a backpack is the Tetris ability, which means if you can do the Tetris thingy with the backpack or not. And Tetris means it takes less space than it has. For the newbies, of course. Which means the old backpack, the cowhide backpack, and the 926 field backpack are the best choices. The field camping backpack, which in the last episode I said is the best backpack, I still do believe it is, but well, it's a bit expensive and we're all broke, right? Yeah, we are. And the reason why RAL Heavy Military Backpack is still trash is first, it's 50k, and 50k for a backpack is too much. And second, you can't fill it, and if you do, you'll end up overweighted, like so overweighted that you can't even run, and well, that's why. Now it's time for the headsets. I was right, you either buy M32 or a GS2. Nothing else. And me personally, I always buy M32 cause like, come on, I'll get the GS2 from the enemies. So M32 is enough. Now let's talk about the helmets. Look, I made a few mistakes which I said some of the helmets are useless. So I'm going to correct myself here. The best T1 helmet is... Wait, you really thought I was wrong? What is it gonna protect you against? The dum-dums? The Type 8s? Oh my god, no! Every T1, trash. Every T2, trash. Every T3, trash, except this guy, which I said why in the last episode. Now about the T4 helmets, do we really need to buy a T4 helmet? Like, if you're playing normal, SH12 is enough. And if you're playing Lockdown or Forbidden, everyone has T4 bullets, so what is it gonna protect you against? The most it can do is to protect you against 1 or 2 A1 bullets, and trust me, you're not going to play Lockdowns with T4 and stay alive after a headshot. So, T4, trash. So you're only left with T5 and T6s. Now yeah, I did say every sound blocking helmet is trash. I'll take that back. Sound blocking helmets are not actually that bad. I mean, if it's not severe, then it's okay. But there are 2 conditions for using a sound blocking helmet. First, like I said, it should not be severe. Cause like, if you're playing with one of these, just play some music, you won't hear anything either way. And second, you must push. Cause you can't camp with one of these helmets. You're not hearing anything, they can do whatever they want. They can flank you, run away, trick you, and you're just deaf, so you should just push like a menace. And after you kill them, you can switch your helmet. With that being said, the best sound blocking T5 helmet is the SH50 military helmet. Cause when you put on the face shield, they'll mistake it with the SH65 and they won't shoot you in the head. Happened to me a few times. And the best sound blocking T6 is the RST Special Forces helmet, cause it's made out of aluminum, the second best material in the game, and the sound blocking is just moderate, so you can't hear if someone was pushing you. Now about the not sound blocking helmets, well, obviously the lighter the better. Like, if it has many negative effects, it's a bad helmet, like -5 movement speed and -5 ergonomics is terrible. But there is actually one exception, and that is the IND-70 or the Alien, the Power Ranger, whatever you call it. It just brings terror and fear with it, that if not makes you scared, it will stress you out. Bro, Alien is not scary, I killed like 12 of them in one game. Alright Robin Hood, I apologize, it's just me being a cat. I didn't want to say the other one. Alright, anyways, so the best T5 is, like I said, the O3 helmet, and the best T6 is IND-70. It's a bit expensive though. Now it's time for the face masks. Look, any face mask lower than T5 is a scam. Like, imagine there are people who wear T4 helmet and a T4 mask, which is kind of the same price of the helmet. That's so stupid. Same goes for the T5 and T6 guys. Come on, it's only going to save you against shrapnels and dum-dums, cause like I said, No one uses less than T4 bullets in Lockdown or Forbidden. So if you're not playing normal mode, just buy the DK5, which is the cheapest and the most useful one. And oh, you better buy the light new ones, cause they're not going to protect you against anything other than shrapnels, so yeah. Now it's time for the body armors. Look, everything I said so far about the helmets applies here too. Like, if you're buying any body armor less than T5, I don't really know where you're doing. Like, imagine you're playing Lockdown, and you're like, oh, I wish no one uses T4 bullets. What? Just what? Now, if you're playing normal mode, okay, good, then T4s are actually good. And now I'm going to defend myself, because the last time I said the 6B23 is the best T4, a lot of you guys were like, oh no, that's just too heavy, oh no, the SEK Fortress is way better. Listen, there is no T4 body armor that protects your shoulders, right? Now, what body armor has the most coverage? The 6B23 and the 6BL3. Now listen, most of the guys that are playing normal are going to shoot you in the legs, cause like, they're broke, so they're probably going to play with dum-dums. And if you have one of those light armors, which only covers your chest, you're most likely to die in the first time you encounter one of these guys, cause they're going to shoot you in the lower body. But if you had one of those two armors, they would cover most of your lower body, and if you sit, it will make it so hard for them to shoot you in the abdomen or the lower body. So these two are the best options cause they protect the most parts, and since they're heavy, they're a bit cheaper than the other ones. See, it all makes sense now. Now about the T5 and T6 armors, yes, I was wrong. The heavier the better is not the way. But hold on now, I'm going to tell you one thing, and trust me, it's 100% legit. If you're broke and you want to get rich, you have to play with heavy armors. If you're already rich, sure, go ahead, buy the lightest ones, you just want to enjoy the game now. But if you're poor, you can't get rich by playing with light armors. They're not durable, they don't cover up your body, and you will die, and dying equals being poor again. So yeah, I was wrong, but the heavier, the more chance to live. So for my dear poor Timmies, these are the best heavy armors. And here are the best light armors. Now the next equipment, the T7 Thermal, the easiest way to evaporate your coins. Buy one of these and think you have a legal cheat, play the game and get killed by a dum-dum, an AX-50, an MK14 Juggernaut or whatever, and then sit in the lobby and cry. Look, dying in ArenaBreakout is unavoidable. Even the best players in the game have around 60 to 70% extraction rate, which means every 3 matches they play, they will lose one of them. No matter how good they are, they just die. So the question is, are you sure you're going to make 700k in 3 games? If you're sure, then alright, you're probably rich already and fine, buy one of these and enjoy the legal cheat. But if you're not and you're like, well, I can easily get rich with this one, no, you can't. It'll just get worse. So, it's a trap, don't fall for it. The next equipment, leg armor. The dumbest equipment known to mankind. Brother, the dum-dum guys are not going to shoot you in the thigh. They're going to shoot you in the toes. Toes? Wait, what? And they're ridiculously expensive. So, don't waste your money on these. They're worth nothing. The next equipment, which I forgot to talk about in the last episode, the unarmored chest rigs. There are 2 factors for buying a chest rig. First, once again, the Tetris ability, which is not necessary, but it's better to have it. And the second, which is actually important, having space for a 2x2 item. No matter what you want to buy, just make sure it has a 2x2 slot, cause if it doesn't, you're going to regret it. Maybe not today, but one day you will. So in my opinion, the best ones to buy are the 926 Lightweight, 926 Hunter, and the FA Commander chest rig. Now, the armored chest rigs. Just like the armors, anything less than T5, trash. Now, I don't know if it's just me or I'm just delusional, but I feel like every time I bought a T5 or even a T6 armored rig, it just broke or drained with a few shots. Like, I swear I had a T6 body armor and after a single PvP, it was already 20, Like, dude, come on, resist. And it did not just happen once or twice. Every single time it happened to me. So I really don't know what's up with the armored rigs. They just break so quickly. And plus, they're so expensive, like 150k for an armor which is not going to resist much is not a good deal. There's only one exception, and that's the Defender M4 armored rig. It's actually legit and it's still one of my favorite armors to this day. Now, the gas mask. The RAL full gas mask is all you need, and it's even more than what you need. The anti-poison effect is medium, so it will not drain easily if you stay in gas for minutes. And it's cheap. The other ones just look cool, and if you're thinking like, well, if I wear this, I can't equip a face mask, you was already going to wear a T2 face mask, bro, come on. And the SW half mask is okay, but it's expensive for a gas mask. Now that we're done with the equipment, it's time to move on to the second part. The weapons. Look, this part is a tricky part, cause some of you might be like, dude, the AKM is the best weapon, I play so good with it. Bro, the Mosin is the best sniper, I've wiped many squads with it. Look, the fact that you're good with a certain weapon or you have a good experience with it doesn't mean it's a good gun. You was maybe just lucky or you're just used to that gun. In other words, you're the only one who thinks that gun is good. And maybe a few more people like you. But that doesn't make the gun good. So here you are. Green indicates the good guns, yellow means it's a good gun but it needs modifications, and red means it's a bad gun. And now it's time for the weapon accessories. And look, here's my argument. I'm rich, right? So 15k and 8k are not that much different for me. I can buy whatever and I'm like, alright, fine. But if you're poor, even 4k matters. So I'm just going to say what I did in my journey to become rich and what I did when I was rich. Back then, even if I had money, I would always go for the lightweight tactical front grip, cause it's better than nothing and the price is nothing. And when I got a kill, I would switch my grip, play with theirs, and when I extract, I'll sell their grip and again play with another lightweight. And also, if you don't want to max out your weekly listing limit, you can hoard and sell them in 5 grip stacks. That's what I used to do, and you can obviously see it did work out for me. Now about when I was rich, it doesn't really matter if I were to buy a tilt, a triangular, a vertical, or whatever. When I was playing with the IDGA F kit, I would go for the aluminum vertical front grip, which is cheap and the stats are actually good. And when I was playing seriously, I would go for the tilts, and yes, most of the times I sell the lightweight tactical vertical grips, cause they're expensive and they don't look as cool as the tilts. Now the rare grips, 90% of them will just give you different ergonomics, and I was never a fan of ergonomics. They just make things expensive for no reason. Okay, not for no reason, but I don't think they worth it. I know a lot of you guys might disagree with it, but hey, guess who's the one posting the video? Cry louder. Now I'm joking, but seriously, these are only my opinions, and in my opinion, ergonomics doesn't matter, so the cheaper, the better. Now, the sights. Again, it depends if you're rich, if you're poor. If you're rich, 2k, 8k, they the same. If you're poor, it matters. So, if you're poor, buy these. Decent ergonomics, decent view, and decent price. And now let's talk about the ammo. I already made 3 fully detailed videos about the bullets, so you have to watch them to see which bullet's actually worth it. And okay, I'll promise I'll make the leg meta edition soon. God damn. Now, let's move on to the medical supplies. You know, what I always do is that I compare the prices with MK14. I'm like, okay, so if I'm gonna spend 15k on a painkiller, then I'm going to save it up to 50k and buy MK14. And that's what I want you to do. Compare the prices with your favorite weapon, armor, etc. Then suddenly you'll realize that paying 10 or 15k on a painkiller is not logical. So if you're poor, this is the best setup for your painkillers. And also for saving up even more, you can exchange it with Evita. And about the treatments and medicals, with the new factional stuff that are brought to the game, I don't think you even need to buy any of these. But just in case if they didn't exist, just apply the comparison thing here. If I'm going to pay 20k on a surgical, then why don't buy a stock M4? You know, just do that and always go for the cheaper stuff, and here's my suggested setup. Now about the keys. In this part, I need your help. Since I only play Armory and Northridge, I can't tell you what are the best keys on the other maps. So if you're an expert on any map other than Northridge and Armory, let the others know in the comments which keys you think are the best. So for the Northridge, the cable car ticket office is the best key. The Building C Lounge 2 key had so many reds even though it's a cheap key. And the third best key was the Building B reception room key. Now for the Armory, every single key is great. The blue card, red card, second floor, private lounge, sluice, 100% you'll make a lot out of each key you use in Armory. And that was it. I'm officially done with any mobile gameplay. There will be no more mobile gameplay on my channel. I used every single bit of it, and yes, I did get used to the iPad, and now I can easily record gameplays on it. Thanks for watching the video in the first place. If you found the video helpful, make sure to like it. It was arguably my hardest video to edit and create. And subscribe. We just reached 16k, 20k is just around the corner. I don't know how to thank you guys enough. And like always, and more than before, love you all. See you in a bit.